What's up, guys? I want to say thank you for joining us for another episode of Corey's Car Review. I'm excited to share this car with you today. I've been trying to get my hands on this car for months now. I told you that I come from a long history of car family. My grandpa, my dad, my uncle, my aunt, my cousins. My cousin Jennifer, she still has the 49 GMC pickup that her and my uncle restored in high school. And that's pretty cool. This particular Trans Am is my aunt's. That's how awesome our family is. I mean, even the women are diehard car lovers, and that's cool. So this is a 1996 WS6 Trans Am. It just, obviously it's black. That's my favorite color. Black is just one of those colors that you can paint anything black. It doesn't have to be a sports car like this. It could be a 91 GMC pickup that you've lowered, paint it black, and it's, man, black is just such a cool car, or a cool color. We're gonna walk around and show you this. So in '96, we did a video a few months back on a white 96 SS Camaro. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Since this is the same year, I'll kind of show you some differences on the Camaro versus the Trans Am. One, obviously, is the hood, the front clip, and the rear end. Trans Ams and the Camaros, that's distinctly how they're different. As far as the fenders, the doors, the roof, all that, the suspension, all that is pretty much the same. I love the nose and the hood on this. This is the ram air setup, which that SS had the ram air also, and I'll show you how the different ram air boxes look. This car has been lowered 2 inches all the way around. It's just got a badass looking stance. Excuse my French, but this thing just looks so good. It's got 17-inch American Racing torque thrust wheels all the way around. That's what you want. You want just very minimal gap between the top of the tire and the fender. Just my personal opinion, there's some that want to leave it stock height. I'm into lowering anything. I had a 4-wheel drive dually that I lowered just because I wanted to change it. So the nose, the front clip, and the hood are different for the Trans Am. The Trans Am, the Camaro, they're both ram air. The ram air system is different on the Camaro than the Trans Am. The spoiler, I think these spoilers are so cool. I personally like the spoilers on these Trans Ams more than the Camaros. I think it's because they got, I guess they're chunkier. I don't know. I like the looks of this rear spoiler more. And I guess the bumpers are a little bit different. That Camaro, it had the factory SLP options. The back bumper was flat like this all the way across, where this has the cutouts for the exhaust. You just walk around this car and look at it, and it's just has such a cool looking stance. I'm going to pop the hood for you. We can check the motor out. Let's pop the hood and show you under here. What I wanted to show you was the difference between where the ram air box is on the Trans Am versus the Camaro. The Camaro has the ram air box sitting up here, and it's got the hump is up here towards the back of the hood, where this one is right up front, and I'll show you here when I open it. So the ramrod box is here, as opposed to the Camaro, it makes a loop and then that box sits right up on top. Now these are aftermarket, but I want to point out how neat those chrome valve covers are. It got the Chevrolet bow tie on them, but it's still the Chevrolet 350 LT1. This car is all factory. Besides the lowering kit, the Flowmaster, and the wheels, pretty much everything else is factory. So factory Chevy 350 LT1, about 305 horsepower. But these cars are so fun to drive. It's an honor that my aunt allowed me to get this out and share it with you guys, because since she bought this in '98, she bought it from the original owner. So the original owner bought it, obviously brand new. He had it a couple years. He put it up for sale. My aunt bought it. She's had it ever since. She gave me a ride in it, I'm sure, when she first got it. And then I haven't sat in it since then. '98, I was, what, 13? So 13 years old, and then I haven't sat in it since. So not very many people have got to drive it at all. And of course, it didn't hardly ever get drove, but I'm really honored that she allowed me to get it out, share it with you guys, take you guys for a ride in it. Let's check out the interior. Let's take a look inside. So as I mentioned, it's all stock. This thing still smells new in here. You wouldn't believe that she's put a little over 200,000 miles on this thing. I'm just kidding. That's because there's not almost 200. It actually has 21,967. I think since the last time they serviced it, she's put 100 miles on it, a couple hundred miles, that's it. 130. It barely gets drove. In fact, when we take it out, let you guys listen to it and drive it down the road, that's probably the most it'll get drove within the next year. But some key differences between the Camaros and the Trans Ams. One are just something simple like these air ducts. Air ducts are different. They're designed different from the Trans Am to the Camaro. The sides of these seats, I like the way these Trans Ams have these little plastic, I don't know what they're called. They're called a side bolster? Is that what the sides of these are called?
Just some side panel.
I just like the design of these side panels, but the seats are the same. Now the fabric design, the leather design is different from the Trans Am or the Camaro. Just such a neat looking car. It sounds good. I love the stance of this being lower. That really makes it look so much better. Yeah, just a cool looking car. We've got, like I said, our whole family's into cars, and this is how we have fun. We love getting these cars, and whether we keep them, like in this instance, my aunt's had it all these years, or whether we get it, fix it up, and turn around and sell it in a month. It's just that process for car guys and car women is pretty fun. But let's fire this up, and you guys can listen to it. Hop in, we'll take this thing for a spin. I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but there 75 WS6 1996 Trans Ams. The WS6 stands for wide suspension, 6 pieces. And that means that you got a thicker front and back sway bar, which were 2 pieces, and then you got 4 stiffer springs. So that's where the 6 comes in, is the 2 stiffer sway bars and the 4 stiffer springs. Like I said, this one's been lowered, so it's got different springs from the factory, but it's a heck of a lot better look from the factory. You drive this thing around, and you're getting ready to hear it on the highway. The tone that this car has with the Flowmaster, and man, the tone this has, it just sounds awesome. I love this car. It's just a fun car to drive. This would be one of those cars that you got a hold of it like my aunt has, and you would not want to turn loose of it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this awesome car. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss stuff like this when it comes up. And share this video with all your friends. Give me a thumbs up, and I can't wait to show you the next one.